Alright, snark you. Where no counsel is, the people fall. So basically, if brothers put up a video and it's up there, and you might have scoffers on the comment board running their mouths, if there's no counsel there to combat those scoffers, the people might fall. The people who might be younger in the faith, who aren't built up so much, you know. But where there is where the multitude of counselors, so it's like but in the multitude of counselors there is safety. This is what I'm saying. So when you're going on a comment board and you're posting edifying scriptures and precepts, that's like being a multitude of counselors. It's just a good thing. Furthermore, you might reach out to a brother, the brother might reach back out to you, and then you've gained another brother who might be halfway across the world, who you never met because you're not in the same camp, but you're both in the body, you're both pushing the word, you're both helping to build each other up. Just makes sense from my perspective. See what else we've got. Yeah, Proverbs 11:18. The wicked worketh a deceitful work, but him that soweth righteousness shall be a sure reward. So how do you sow righteousness? Well, when you drop a comment or a precept, primarily dropping precepts, you know, because let's say another brother's done a video and you post an edifying precept, you've sown something there. Do you know what I mean? So long as that video stays up, that little seed that you've sown in that comment board will stay there, Lord willing, until YouTube decides to pull it down or whatever. But that's all through the will of the Most High anyway. So it says, the wicked worketh a deceitful work. So when you've got scoffers coming up, they're working a deceitful work, trying to tear down what we're building. Yeah? But it says, but him that soweth righteousness shall be a sure reward. So it's a good thing to sow righteousness, and that's a great example of doing it, you know, helping to build other brothers up by doing more than just putting out 3 videos a week and turning up at camp on a Saturday. So yeah, let me get some more. Proverbs 11:24 states that there is that scattereth and yet increaseth, and there is that withholdeth more than is meet, but it tendeth to poverty. So this is saying, you know, there is that scattereth. So basically, when you scatter your words on as precepts and stuff, not your words, the words of the Most High, I should say, on the videos that you watch, or even just leaving a like or whatever, you're scattering. You know, you're scattering. You know, and it says there is that scattereth and yet increaseth. So you can be increasing by scattering your knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the scriptures on other brothers' videos. Yeah. There is that scattereth yet increaseth, and there is that withholdeth more than is meet. So let's say you're watching brothers' videos and you're learning. You're like, oh, this is great. I'm getting edified. And then once you finish the video, you click on the next one. You don't bother to stop and say, hey, Thawada, or, you know, precept, you know, Proverbs 20:24, whatever it is you're going to say. You're just off and you're on the next one, and you're on the next one, you're on the next one. And then you're thinking, yeah, I'm doing good, when you could have been edifying back, doing engaging in reciprocity, you know, giving reciprocal, not just taking all the time, but giving something back. So it continues, it says, Proverbs 11:24, there is that scattereth and yet increaseth, and there is that withholdeth more than is meet, but it tendeth to poverty. Because if you do that, nobody's, well, yeah, you might get people commenting on your videos and liking your videos, but you'd get a lot more if you actually engaged with other brothers. And this isn't about getting 1,000 likes or 1,000 comments, whatever. This is only for the elect. But I'm saying you can become closer to other members of the hopeful elect by being brotherly, you know, and being charitable towards other brothers who are also laboring in this faith. And by doing that, people start to return that goodwill, because you start to build connections. And, you know, someone who you may never have met in this faith, you may start opening up a dialogue with. And that's happened in my case, you know. And this isn't about making friends, obviously, but it is about feeding the body, feeding the sheep. So it continues on and it says, the liberal's soul shall be made fat, and he that watereth shall be watered also himself. Let me read that again, man. The liberal's soul shall be made fat, and him that watereth shall be watered also himself. So let me write that down. Let's think of it like plants, yeah? You might plant some flowers and you water them with your watering can, pot thing. So when you put a video out, you're watering, yeah? But how am I going to put this? You need to be watered too, because you're a plant too. You need to grow. So him that watereth shall be watered also. So I'm saying, so by giving something positive out means it's more likely you may get something positive back from other brothers. See what I'm saying? So while you might be sitting there thinking, oh shit man, I'm doing all these videos, I'm getting 0 views and 1 view and only 2 views. Well, maybe if you start watering, other brothers by leaving edifying scriptures on their videos and stuff, they might start watching more of yours. Simple thing. And then they're going to get watered more, you're going to get watered more, and you're both going to be increased in learning and understanding equally, rather than it being an unjust balance, an unjust weight. See what else I've got. Oh, here's another quick precept on that. Going into it, it says just a little bit further down, verse 26 in Proverbs chapter 11:26. He that withholdeth corn, the people shall curse him, but blessings shall be upon the head of him that selleth it. And as we know, corn is a type of food. So obviously, when you're feeding, you can be feeding in the elect by not withholding your corn. Now here's a great precept. I'm going to get Matthew 25 to show how Yahushua himself feels about all this. Book of Matthew 25. Starting at verse 34. And this reads, let me start from 31 to give a bit more of a build up to it. Matthew 31, it says, when the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. And before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, and the goats on the left. And then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, come, ye blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was hungered, and ye gave me meat. I was thirsty, and ye gave me drink. I was a stranger, and ye took me in. Naked, and ye clothed me. I was sick, and ye visited me. I was in prison, and ye came unto me. Then shall the righteous answer him, saying, Lord, when saw thee and hungered, and fed thee, or thirsty, and gave thee drink? When saw we thee a stranger, and took thee in, or naked, and clothed thee? Or when saw we thee sick, or in prison, and came unto thee? And the king shall answer and say unto them, verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, ye have done it unto me. So, let's say there's a brother out there who's putting out work, putting in work, and he's not getting any views, he's not getting any likes, not getting any comments. This guy's starving, because while he might be feeding, is he getting fed himself? That one comment, that one precept that you post on his video might end up clothing the guy, or feeding the guy, or giving him a drink when he was thirsty. Or if he feels like he's catching hell in his everyday life, he's going out there working for Esau, catching hell from his family, catching hell from everybody he knew in the world. Maybe that one comment from a sincere brother might just be enough to give a thirsty soul water, So that's how Yahushua sees this stuff. So why aren't more brothers doing it? Well, I can't say if brothers are doing it or not, because I'm not really out there like spying on brothers to see who's commenting on and who isn't, but I'm just putting this out there for whoever it may apply to. And if the shoe fits, wear it, you know, and consider your ways. Because as I go back to the whole premise, are you being brotherly? Let's keep going. All right. Proverbs 11:30. This says, "The fruit of the righteous is a tree of life, and he that winneth souls is wise." So, could you not win souls by you know, doing what I suggested, you know, leaving edifying precepts or stuff like that on videos that you're watching and learning from, rather than just watch and go? Like that, I used to have that shampoo called Wash and Go, you know, watch and go. Read it again. "The fruit of the righteous is a tree of life, you know, and he that winneth souls is wise." Let's keep going. Proverbs 12:5. "The thoughts of the righteous are right, but the counsels of the wicked are deceit." So if your thoughts are righteous, you know, that's a good thing. You can share them. And it will overthrow the counsel of the wicked. Here we go. Proverbs 12:14. "A man shall be satisfied with good by the fruit of his mouth." Let me read that again. Proverbs 12:14. "A man shall be satisfied with good by the fruit of his mouth, and the recompense of a man's hand shall be rendered unto him." So the fruit of your mouth, life and death is in the power of the tongue, you know. The fruit of your mouth can help feed other brothers, man, by you leaving an edifying comment or edifying precept on another brother's video. Let's keep going. What else we got? Proverbs 12:17. "He that speaketh truth shall shew forth righteousness, but a false witness is deceit." Yeah, here we go. Proverbs 12:18, man. No, that's not right. Yeah, it is right. Proverbs 12:18. "There is that speaketh like the piercings of a sword, but the tongue of the wise is health." Let me read that again. "There is that speaketh like the piercings of a sword," meaning the words of the wicked, yeah? "But the tongue of the wise is health." Proverbs 12:22. No, Proverbs 12:19. "The lip of truth shall be established forever, but a lying tongue is but for a moment." So if you're leaving edifying comments and precepts on that comment board, they'll for as long as that video stands up there, that edification is going to stay there. And who knows who might stumble across that video and at what time, and that comment might help seal someone in their mind. You know, there's a lot that can be done to edify more than just 3 videos and more than just going to camp every week. So I'm saying little things can add up, man. Because Yahushua looking at this stuff. Oh, man. Got some more here. Proverbs chapter 12, verse, we read 22. Proverbs 12:25, on this point right in the head. "Heaviness in the heart of man maketh it stoop, but a good word maketh it glad." That's how powerful a good word can be, man. Let me read this again. Heaviness in the heart of man maketh it stoop, but a good word maketh it glad. Speaks for itself. Oh, here we go. Proverbs chapter 13. So many precepts on this point, man. So, Lord willing, is edifying. Proverbs chapter 13 and verse 2. A man shall eat good by the fruit. That's lucky. Proverbs 13 and 2. A man shall eat good by the fruit of his mouth, but the soul of transgressors shall eat violence. So by the fruit of your mouth, you might get blessings, man. But obviously, there's a time and a place for everything. And I'm talking about making edifying comments, not just sitting up on a comment board, running in your mouth because you want to be seen or you want to be heard. You know, there's a time for everything. Proverbs 13 and 4. The soul of the sluggard desireth and have nothing, but the soul of the diligent shall be made fat. You know? Now that word diligent is an important word because everybody's talking about, you know, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. But let's have a look at what that word diligent actually means. If I get the dictionary here. The word diligent, according to the dictionary, if it loads up, it says constant effort to accomplish something, attentive and persistent in doing anything. So if you're being attentive and persistent, you should always be looking for ways to further edify the body. As I said, one of those ways can be like dropping a precept on that comment board, giving a brother a thumbs up, saying, hey, you know what, send a blessing, to a brother who might be in GMS Chicago or GMS, you know, South America or GMS Australia or wherever it is. Even if you don't speak the same language as the brother. Let's say you've got a brother in Italy pushing the word. Why not just say, you know what, Shalom, Thawada, Yahweh, send the brother a blessing, man. Can't hurt, can it? You know, diligent, definition 2. Done or pursued with persevering attention, painstaking, you know. So if you're paying good attention to what's going on, you'd see these things that I'm saying, you know. I think, at least. But it's not about me, it's what the scriptures say. The scriptures are edifying the point I'm trying to make because they're backing up what I'm saying. You know, this isn't me just talking off my own emotions or what I feel. It's just what the Spirit of the Lord has me expounding upon at this point and doing a lesson on. Let's see what else we've got. Proverbs 15 and 2. The tongue of the wise useth knowledge aright, but the mouths of fools pour out foolishness. And that's a great example because, you know, scoffers on the comment board. Scoffers on the comment boards, they're pouring out their foolishness with their stupid comments. But the tongue of the wise useth knowledge aright. So how can you use your knowledge of these scriptures aright? Again, by further helping to edify the body, by doing what you can, sowing a seed there, sowing a seed there, dropping a precept here, dropping a precept there. You know what I mean? Further edify the body. Build strong those foundations, man. Oh, beautiful, man. Proverbs 15 and 4. A wholesome tongue is a tree of life, but perverseness therein is a breach in the spirit. Let me read this again. A wholesome tongue is a tree of life, but perverseness therein is a breach in the spirit. So basically, as I'm saying, man, the words of the righteous are like a tree of life, man. You can feed people with that tree. You know, all kind of fruit can come off that tree. It's not saying like it's like the tongue of the wise has been likened unto choice silver, a tree of life. You know, these are beautiful things, man. So why not use what you've got? You've been given it. Use it, man. Feed other brothers. Be brotherly. Yeah, what else we got? Oh, here we go. Proverbs 15:7. The lip of the wise disperse knowledge, but the heart of the fools doeth not so. You know, the lip of the wise disperse knowledge. So as I say, man, you can help further build beyond 3 videos and camp a week just by doing these little things, man. It's the little things that end up making a big difference. This is something that I've learned, you know, like the difference between mediocre and great can be a few little changes in how you do something that can make a massive difference to the overall thing, you know, if I'm putting that correctly. Yeah, Proverbs 9:9. I think I've already read it, but I'll bring it out again through the Spirit if it wills it. Proverbs chapter 9 verse 9. Let me start from verse 8. Reprove not a scorner lest he rebuke thee. Rebuke a wise man and he will love thee. Give instruction to a wise man and he will be yet wiser. Teach a just man and he will increase in learning. So no harm can come from this. You know what I mean? You're not going to lose anything by doing this. You might actually gain a lot more than you can imagine by doing this. Better than doing nothing, right? So like I'm just looking for more precepts there. Ooh, Proverbs 15:22. Without counsel, purposes are disappointed, but in the multitude of counselors they are established. So we are acting as counselors, being prophets and hopefully of the 144,000, hopefully elect. We're counselors. So where there's a multitude of counselors, purposes are established. Where there's lack of the multitude of counselors, purposes are overthrown. Another reason why it's good to help edify the body as much as you can, in the little ways that you can. Proverbs 22:23. A man hath joy by the answer of his mouth, and a word spoken in due season. How good is it? Let me read that again. That's beautiful, man. Right on the point. It says, Proverbs 15:23. A man hath joy by the answer of his mouth, and a word spoken in due season. How good is it? So the Most High likes it when we speak the right words at the right time. Most High loves that. Proverbs 15:26. The thoughts of the wicked are an abomination unto Yahweh, but the words of the pure are pleasant words. Read it again. Proverbs 15:26. The thoughts of the wicked are an abomination to Yahweh, but the words of the pure are pleasant words. Proverbs 15:28. The heart of the righteous studieth to answer. And as the scriptures say, study to show thyself approved, a workman that needeth not be ashamed, you know, rightly using the word of the Lord, roughly paraphrasing. So if you've studied and you know how to answer, why not answer sometimes, innit? Post a scripture, post a comment, post a precept. Proverbs 15:28. The heart of the righteous studieth to answer, but the mouth of the wicked poureth out evil things, scoffers and so forth. Proverbs 16:1. The preparations of the heart of man and the answer of the tongue is from Yahweh. So, if you're doing a video and another member of the hopeful elect sincerely posts another comment, edifying, that's from the Most High. Because it says the preparations of the heart in man and the answer of the tongue is from Yahweh. So that's how powerful some of these things can be, man. Ooh. Proverbs 16:10. A divine sentence is in the lips of kings. His mouth transgresseth not in judgment. A divine sentence is in the lips of kings. Are we not a nation of kings and priests? So a divine sentence is in the lips, in the mouth of the righteous. How much can that feed? Proverbs 16:13. Righteous lips are the delight of kings, and they love him that speaketh right. Proverbs 16:21. The wise in heart shall be called prudent, and the sweetness of the lips increaseth learning. The heart of it says, let me continue on, there's more here. Now let me read more of this, yeah? Let me read from 19. Better it is to be of a humble spirit with the lowly than to divide the spoil with the proud. He that handleth a matter wisely shall find good, and whoso trusteth in Yahweh, happy is he. The wise in heart shall be called prudent, and the sweetness of the lips increaseth learning. Understanding is a wellspring of life unto him that hath it, but the instruction of fools is folly. The heart of the wise teacheth his lips, Salakia. Proverbs 16:23, Salakia. The heart of the wise teaches his mouth, and addeth learning to his lips. Pleasant words are as an honeycomb, sweet to the soul and health to the bones. That's the point right there, man. Let me read that again. The heart of the wise teacheth his mouth, and addeth learning to his lips. Pleasant words are as an honeycomb, sweet to the soul and health to the bones. So again, you can feed people, man, with these things. Let's keep going. Proverbs 17:13 says it, whoso rewardeth evil for good, evil shall not depart from his house. So let's say a brother has done you good. You've watched a video by him, got hella edified. How do you reward him? Are you rewarding him with evil or good? If you just turn around and move on, is that rewarding evil or good? What would be good manners? Remember the story I told you, what Yahushua, the encounter he had with the 10 lepers, yeah? Healed 10 of them. Only one of them stopped and turned back and gave praise to the Most High and thanked Yahushua. The other 9 niggas went back straight into the world, man. Are you going to be like that? Or are you going to stop and give thanks, man, and help build another brother up? Again, it comes back to the point. Are you being brotherly? Yeah. Proverbs 17:27. He that hath knowledge spareth his words, and a man of understanding is of an excellent spirit. So if you've got the understanding and you know when it's time to speak and when it's time to keep silence, and you post edifying comments and whatnot, what does the scripture say? He that hath knowledge spareth his words, and a man of understanding is of an excellent spirit. Can you spare a word for the brother who's just done a great edifying video for you? Have you got those few seconds to stop and spare and say the wada, or give a blessing, you know? You know, it helps boost people's spirits. It helps feed, you know, because we can't always be eating. We've got to feed too. And obviously we feed by doing these lessons, but as I say, there's so much more that can be done. So you can't get comfortable in this thing. You can't get comfortable and complacent and thinking, yeah, man, I'm in a camp and I'm putting 3 videos out a week and yeah, I'm good with the Most High. Are you really? Are you really examining yourself to see if whether you be in the faith? Are you being brotherly once again? These are all rhetorical questions, man. I can't answer them. I'm only trying to do the best I can. You know, the scriptures say, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. So if you're not asking yourself these questions, maybe this might prick you in the heart to make you start asking these questions of yourself. Proverbs 18:4. The words of a man's mouth are as deep waters, and the wellspring of wisdom is as a flowing brook. See that as Yahushua said, out of your belly shall flow rivers of living water. These rivers of living water can do a lot, man. People who are dying of thirst can drink of these waters, you know. People who might be in an unclean way, engaging in some kind of sin, might read your words, and you know what, man? They were renewed by the washing of the water, which is the word, you know. So what does the scripture say? Proverbs 18:4, the words of a man's mouth are as deep waters, and a wellspring of wisdom as a flowing brook. So there's power in your words, man, especially if you're a member of the hopeful elect. Yeah. Proverbs 18:15. The heart of the prudent getteth knowledge, and the ear of the wise seeketh knowledge. Let me read that again. Proverbs 18:15. The heart of the prudent getteth knowledge, and the ear of the wise seeketh knowledge. Oh, Proverbs 18:20. A man's belly shall be satisfied with the fruit of his mouth, and with